In this video, you'll notice that his right foot is externally rotated. And at this point, we do not know whether this is a structural or a non-structural dysfunction because this is the first view that we have. And it could just be habit that he has his right foot externally rotated. The difference between knowing whether something is structural or non-structural is passive range of motion. And at this point in this view, we're unable to tell. But notice as he moves into his split, we're looking for sequential movement up the kinetic chain. He has good movement on the right, but on the left, he hesitates. You can even see it. And that might have been a bump in the road. But as he comes out, he stops moving right about here and compensates in his pelvis. Now, this would be a structural dysfunction because the trucks are moving him into passive range of motion. And even from this view, you can see that his left thigh lags a little bit when compared to his right thigh. And there might even be like a slight shifting of the pelvis on the left. Once again, this would be a structural dysfunction. Now, if you notice that I moved from foot, which is distal, to proximal, people sometimes would think that this is in the closed chain because his feet are fixed. But the definition of an open chain motion is that the distal structures move about a stable proximal structure. And in this case, his feet and legs, which are distal, are moving about his stable torso and pelvis. So this is in fact an open chain motion, even though his legs are on the floor, so to speak. He is being moved passively by the trucks. So again, the second dysfunction in his thigh is a structural dysfunction. To treat Jean-Claude Van Damme, we would palpate at the level that we notice the compensation and the non-sequential motion, which is right around his mid left thigh. Palpate circumferentially around the entire structure for restricted tissue. Release that tissue, and Jean-Claude Van Damme is good to go. He would then have his perfect split.